Welcome back to my channel. I'm Vicky and I usually talk about fragrance, body care, and all those things, but this is going to be a book review. So if you're interested in my November reads, then just keep on watching. Okay, so November was a little spicy. Okay, we started out with Bow Down from Masterpiece, and I feel like this is the third book I've read from Masterpiece. The first two, it was The Filth King, so that was a series, but I think one recurring theme is we're gonna get an enemies to lovers kind of deal. So this is Marquila and Samir / De Niro. They end up meeting through a car accident. She ends up hitting his car, and they end up crossing paths. I'm trying to remember. Oh, because she's a, how do I De Niro is a member of an adult club that Marquila works at as a referee. She's kind of like an instructor to those entering the BDSM life. So yeah, so they meet initially when through a car accident, and then they cross paths again at the club, and things, okay, she may or may not have been put through a mattress or two. Yeah, but there is some plot to this. They both have issues they're battling, family secrets, and they find out that they're connected in quite a traumatic way. So yeah, it was a wild ride, but a really good read. So while it can be considered erotica, I do like how there is still a plot there. So it's not just all about sex. There is a true plot here. So Marquila runs some mental health facilities. She experienced some very serious trauma as a teenager, almost losing her life, watching her mother be unalived in front of her. It's a lot going on. And then Samir, yeah, there's some family secrets, okay? Absolutely recommend reading this book though. So, and the one thing again Masterpiece gonna give us, okay, is a BBW getting tossed around like a rag doll, and I'm here for it, okay? Next, I read None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell. Lord. Okay. Josie and Alex, they end up meeting at this bar. They're birthday twins, and Josie, I'm gonna call Josie a predator. I'm just calling her what she is. She's a predator. She was watching this lady all night at this restaurant or bar or whatever it was. And then she sees her go to the bathroom, and all of a sudden she got to go to the bathroom, and she got to figure out a way to introduce herself and make conversation. Just like Josie's crazy. Alex is unsuspecting, a little too trusting, okay, because at some point later on in the story, you let that lady in your house with your children, and you left her unattended in there. Like, what is you doing? You don't know this lady from a hole in the wall, and you just got her in your house by herself. Alex is a popular like podcaster or whatever, but still. Josie takes us on a wild ride with these cockamamie stories, okay, from her POV. And what we find out at the end is the lady crazy. Josie is crazy. She tried to place all the blame on her husband, Walter, and there is some blame on him, okay, because word on the curb is before she was of age, And there's more to that story too. But yeah. After she was of age though, everything else is on her. That lady crazy. Okay. Insane. Okay. But a good read. Okay. It did feel a little slow, like for the build up. But once you get to that build up, all hell breaks loose. And I was literally like, WTF. But yeah. Worth the read. Speaking of WTF, next is 9 Inches from Antonia Royal Whitmore. I wrote down my note, lots of WTF. This book is less than 150 pages and it goes so fast. And the author leaves a note in the beginning that it is a story that could potentially be expounded upon and longer so that there's better context for things. But she wrote it that way intentionally. Because yes, it's a wild ride and you might get whiplash reading this because it's happening so fast. So Coco, it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. Coco's all over the place, doing the most, okay, with him, her, and all of them. Coco's doing a lot. A lot. She doing a lot. Okay? Yeah, WTF for 9 Inches. I think this was a book I got through Bray. I think I got bowed down through Bray too. It's a wild ride. Like, the chapters are like 1 to 2 pages long each. Everything's happening so fast and you're just like, wow. And you see in some aspects of the story history repeating itself. Like, how you steal the same lady man twice? Like, how do you steal the same lady's man twice? And then when she has twins towards the end. And then when you find out who her therapist, there is just so much happening in this story. Just read it. Okay. Yeah. That's all I got. Next is When the City Sleeps from Shani Denise. This is Nia and Darius. So Darius is a guy who's in the streets, living the street life. Him and Nia, I don't know. I think they meet like outside. Like she was getting off work and he saw her and she dropped her phone or left it behind and he had it. They meet, they spend time, fall in love, all the things. But she's like, her caveat is, I love you, but this street life, yeah, no. So it's essentially, and it's a really quick story. I think this one's less than 100 pages. So it's essentially him trying to make it out the streets and them being together. I feel like it has some build up to be a potential part 2, but I don't know if there's a part 2 or not. I didn't see one, but interesting little read. It's spicy. Okay. There's that. Next up, Heart of a Goon, Jaquel J. We've been waiting, okay? This is supposed to be a 3-part series. This is part 1. No idea when part 2 is coming. Zoya and Goon. We're waiting on our chocolate babies. But this, I feel like a lot of us have the same characteristics that Zoya has. I just knew Zoya was gonna catch a lot of flack, and honestly, reading some of her stuff, I'm like, I've done that before. What does that say about me? I'm like, But it is a story that I'm loving. I'm loving this. So Zoya Caselli and the Caselli family, their parents were unalived when she was still a child. So her older brother Menace, which we find out more family secrets in this, but we'll go with this for now. Her oldest brother Menace ends up raising her and her other two siblings, her older sister Cora and younger brother Don. So Cora is a federal judge, Zoya is a prominent defense attorney, and Don is this fintech guru making money like hacking stuff and also being really good at numbers. Goon, son of a Jamaican immigrant. Zoya was his lawyer. So Goon is an infernal god. So we meet him during Capadonna, I want to say. And he's also like in Capri as well. So yeah, he ends up meeting Zoya. She ends up being his lawyer. And he's always talking about, you always hear him asking her like when she gonna give him, you know, his chocolate baby. You hear it's the running joke during, I think starting in Capadonna, but especially in Capri. But we really get inside Zoya's head during this, and it's, I feel like at some point just about every woman has done something that they weren't necessarily proud of, some type of self-sabotage thing. Okay, we're all guilty of it. At some point we've done something to self-sabotage, and there's a lot of that happening with Zoya. And I feel like Goon comes from a household full of love, and he's overflowing with it. And I feel like Zoya is so void of that because they weren't hugging and loving on each other, the Caselli kids. Their family, the family they had left before Menace obliterated them. there weren't any like family things happening. So no I love yous, none of that. Very cold. So it's amazing watching him pour into her and have the patience, because some guys, you get on their nerve one time, you never hear from them again. Okay, you having a bad day and you take it out on them, and that'll be the last time you hear from them. And he's so intentional with her. Okay, love to see it. And in here, in this book, you see more of Zoya. You also see more of Menace, because I feel like so many of us love Menace. Like, he's cuckoo bird crazy, okay? But we love Menace. But hearing him speak more on how he did what he could and what he thought was best to protect them, it's just, we love to see it, okay? Give Jaquel her thanks for the universe, because the way all these books are interconnected, it's crazy. Crazy. And seeing some things which started making me think back to the Staten Island Love Affair series. I'm so glad I read those during the summer, because I feel like some of what we're gonna find out is connected to that. But I don't know yet. We'll find out. Next, Beautiful Battle Scars, Tip Montana, Allure and David. This is a short read. DV awareness, cycle of manipulation happening here. David is your textbook abuser, okay? And Allure falls for a hook, line, and sinker. You're gonna be doing a lot of yelling at Allure because she's gonna piss you off, because like, girl, where's your brain? But a good read, really good read. Next is Enigma, C.M. Barnes. Whew. I thought them UCK men was UCKing. Leanna and Caleb. This is also a really good second chance love. They both live full lives with like their college slash high school sweethearts. They both of their spouses respectively died within close timing of each other. But they're okay. I'm trying to talk fast because my phone's gonna die soon. Leanna was married to Angel and Caleb was married to Maria. Angel and Caleb were best friends from high school, probably even before then. They've been best friends since kids. Maria started dating Caleb during high school. They actually ended up having kids in high school and college. They were teen parents. Their families kind of wrote them off. They have like this toxic relationship, both of them, with their families. Leanna kind of has a bit of a toxic relationship with her mother because she has some mental health issues. But it's a second chance at love ultimately. And not just love like to live your life out loud how you want. This is actually a 3-part series. So I might get into the other 2 books. We'll see. We'll see. But it's a whole lot of hunching going on. So keep that in mind, okay? And it's also some why choose situations. So again, keep that in mind. Some poly stuff going on. It's a read, okay? And then the last book is Body Count by Nitra Antoinette, Riva and Cross. Riva does this body count blog where she's rating men that she's been with. It's supposed to be anonymous, but we find out it ain't so anonymous. And she ends up meeting Cross, which we find out towards the end why and how she really met him, because it wasn't so random, but it's fine. Riva and Cross, them two. Even though I don't like the circumstances, I like Cross. Like, intentional, okay. Yeah. That's really how a man gonna have to get me. Like, at this point, you're just gonna have to kidnap me because you're just gonna have to kidnap me and there's gonna be a closet full of stuff for me because that's really the only way at this point. And this is also a series, 3 parts. The second 2 parts are body language, and I think that's Kendrick's and Niv. And Kendrick's is Cross's brother, and Niv is his girl. So yeah, those are all the books I read in November. I'm currently reading the Sherilyn Missing Book 1 from C. Winter. I might actually finish this tonight, but I also might just go to bed after I stop recording. Another thing I do since I have a short attention span is I am now reading 2 books at once, maybe even 3 depending. So the next book I also have on that I'm reading is Deep from Natavia. So this is a 2-part series. I'm on book 1. So yeah, I have a couple other ones here that are open, but I haven't really been reading them. So really it's just 2 books at a time. So I've got maybe 30 pages left of the Sherilyn Missing. So I got time to finish this before the 1st, but we're gonna wrap this video up. And I'm tired, okay, y'all? This is video 10 of the day. I'm tired, okay? So I say that to say nothing. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching and hanging in there with me for my book review, book reading content. Leave me some book recs. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.